Hello, and today we're going to make a fabric jute bag. For this you will need a plain jute bag, some bookbinding glue, some gel glue, the fabric of your choice, some scissors and a spatula. First of all, we will take our plain bag. There's various different ways to how you can make your bag, as in it can be squares or you can have a sequin embellishment on the front, and you will put fabric on both sides of the bag. So to start, you take your plain jute bag and measure out your fabric to cover the front and the back, and cut out the squares to match. So I've done this, and the fabric does go to cover the whole bag, because you'll need to fold a seam in with the glue, and then that will make the border of the jute bag. So take your first piece of your fabric, and with your bookbinding glue and your dabber, just lightly spread the glue around the edge of your fabric, enough that you tap for your seam, and make sure all the seams are equally the same. You don't need that much bookbinding glue for sticking it, because it is stronger than PVA glue. And glue one side at a time and then fold them in. If you're unsure of the size, then measure, once you've done one side, measure this against your bag, like so. And there is, on my bag, there is a border where the jute bag opens, and that is where I'm going to place it along. So then glue the other sides, like the first side. When you get to your last side to fold in, measure it against your bag, because this will be the top of your bag, so you know where to fold it. And I need quite a big seam to be folded in there. And glue it again. Fold it. Measure the square that you've glued, measure this against your bag to check that it's accurate and will look good on your bag. I'm making this as a sewing bag, so this is why I've picked this fabric, but you can pick any fabric that you'd like if you're going to use it as like a shopping bag. With your gel glue, then if you just take this in your syringe and you run it down just in from the seam that you've just created, and it should just come out of your syringe. Don't need that much of it. And run this along. You can also embellish your bags on top of the fabric, but this is quite a fabric that it is patterned, so I don't actually need to. This glue can move, but it is waterproof, so you just pick up your square and place it on until it's in the right place, like so, and spread it down, and then that will be the front of your bag. Repeat the same for the back, unless you're going to make it into squares, then you'll need cardboard cutouts of the squares and cut your fabric to that. Again, use the fabric and the bookbinding glue, and then for sticking the squares to the bag, use the gel glue. For me, on this occasion, I'm just going to use this one square, so I'm going to just repeat what I did on the front of the bag. Like so. Okay, with this one, this has got a label, so I'm going to cover that with this. Otherwise, if you are doing the squares, then cut it off. Glue the fabric with the bookbinding glue. All of this, the glues and fabrics can be found at local craft stores or again online. So again, I'm going to use my gel glue and I'm going to stick that in place, making sure it covers the label. Stick that onto your bag. Make sure there's no massive lumps. And again, this is movable, so just place it on your bag and then move it to where it needs to go. And there we go, there's our bag. This is ready to use. The glue dries instantly near enough, and it is ready to use for all your craft needs. If you were going to embellish the front, I would use bookbinding glue to stick the sequins or bows on, or I would also use fabric glue, and that worked equally as well. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel. If you missed last week's make your own chocolate chip cookies, I will leave a link in the description below. Thank you, bye.